Welcome back to Backyard Barn Finds. My name is Parker. We're at Carlisle's 50th anniversary fall meet, and we're going to bring you all of the cars and how much they cost in this video. Behind me I have Ron here, and Ron has brought his 1931 Chrysler. And
good to see you. Before
we even get in the show, what is the car here that you've brought for us to take a look at, or what can you tell us about this car?
This is a 1931 Chrysler CM6. It's a car that we purchased back in 1989 from the Beretta gun dealership in Maryland.
Okay.
Fort Washington, Maryland. It's got a rumble seat in the back. It's got a wind down window so you could actually talk to your passengers from the front sitting in here. This is the original fabric that came with the car when it was built. You know, imagine that. And there's an original tool kit in the back. I do have the trunk, the original trunk that goes with the car.
Okay.
And it hadn't been run in a few years. My father since passed away. He used to ride it around and
we'll show him the inside of the trunk there
in the yard.
Okay.
But it's a rumble seat guy. It's got a pretty decent old upholstery in it.
Yeah, the inside of this car doesn't look too bad. Now they call it a CM6. Do you know why they call it that at all?
It was a kind of a unique brand of Chrysler back then. It's got this beautiful 6-cylinder motor up here, engine.
Does it run and drive?
Well, it will. Clean the points, put some fresh gas in a hot battery, she'll start and run. You know, these old motors are bulletproof.
Absolutely.
They're like a tractor.
We'll take a look at the body number here, or the old tags on it. And the front of this car is a little bit different than the other ones back in the day.
Yes, sir.
It's got a split right down here in the middle. Gives it, I guess, kind of like more of a classier look, I guess they were going for.
Yeah, Chrysler always was kind of unique.
They got the little wings up here. You can kind of see it, maybe like little eagle wings.
Uh-huh, that's original radiator cap.
It looks to be original.
Original headlights, grill.
And what are you asking for this piece, Ron?
I'm asking $18,500, and there's my phone number.
Okay. Right here's his phone number for it. I do see here it was inspected. We'll go around and check that out. Last in 57. Is that, you think, the last time it drove, or?
No, it was, my father drove it around about 4 or 5 years ago, just in the yard.
Okay.
It does need brake work. I do have new master cylinder for it because this car came with hydraulic brakes.
I was gonna say they would have had hydraulic instead of mechanical brakes on these, right?
Correct.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we're gonna get into the show here and kind of check everything out, Ron. I wanted to say thank you. And
Parker, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Backyard Barn Finds. Y'all are great.
So I'm standing here with Mr. Pierce, and Mr. Pierce has brought us a 1966 Comet. I'm familiar with 65 and 64 Comets, but not so much the 66. And Mr. Pierce, what all can you tell us about the car you brought here for sale?
Well, this is a 66 202 Sport Coupe,
okay,
which was the cheapest model that Mercury made in 66.
All right.
And it's a two-door sedan, and the standard engine was a 200 6-cylinder non-synchro 3-speed.
You mind if I open it up?
No, be my guest.
Okay. Wow, red interior, white with red interior.
White with a red interior. Really a pretty stylish car.
Now, is there a reason they called it a sports coupe or anything
I
like
don't,
that?
I never.
Okay. Some people some companies, that's just what they called the roof structure.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was like a speed
Well, see,
car.
now the Fairlane was called the Club Coupe.
Got you, okay.
And the Comet was called the Sports Coupe.
Oh,
but
I
the
didn't
thing
know
that's weird is the dash on a Fairlane comes out to about here.
Okay.
But on the Comet, it's
Recessed.
tucked right in under the or against the firewall.
Yeah, that's a pretty basic interior. Not a whole lot of frills going on with that
No,
one.
very plain.
What's the trunk look like in this car?
Oh, the trunk's really quite nice. The car.
Oh yeah, it is. There's no rust up in through here
No,
or anything like that.
It's really solid. The floorboards are bad, but other than that, the rest of it's pretty solid car. The quarters are really nice.
What's it look like underneath? Anything
It's not bad. It's got some flaking and stuff, but other than that, it's a pretty decent car.
And you have a couple of these you were telling me about. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I've got this, and I've got a '66 Fairlane GT that I bought brand new. I got a '67 Fairlane Club Coupe.
Okay.
I got a '64 Thunderbolt clone, a '64 AFX Comet clone.
And this is, how much are you asking for this car?
$3,500. And
right here? This is 35.
55 with the trailer.
55 with the trailer, and your phone number is right here.
Yep.
And Do you mind showing me some of the other cars that you
Sure.
you worked on, or you were showing me the other day?
This is the first car I did. It's a 64 Thunderbolt clone, 427 high riser. It's got all the.
I see it says Pierce's Sales and
Here's
Service
the
right
sales
there.
and service.
And why is the rear wheel painted two different colors?
Because back in '64, they didn't screw they didn't put screws through the rims into the tires.
Okay.
And they wanted to make sure that the tires weren't turning on the rim.
So you could see whether the
So
actual
you could see
rubber,
how much it was spinning,
Right.
the car was spinning, and whether it was how it was working.
And what's this car right here?
That's a '64 Comet
Yeah.
AFX clone, 427 high riser with fiberglass fenders, hood, and doors.
Yep, it's got the teardrop on the front.
Those came with 9-inch tires, whereas the Fairlanes came with 7-inch tires when you bought it from the factory.
And then what's this one right here? This
That's
one's
a
got
'67 Fairlane Club Coupe
Okay.
with a real 427 fiberglass hood.
Is there a way to tell whether they're real or not for the fiberglass hoods? Because there's one down here.
I'm not sure. The mesh, the fibrous part, the cloth is a little coarser on the original ones.
Okay.
And I bought that in '67, and they didn't. Nobody else made them then. And then this is the one I'm restoring now, which I bought brand new in '66 for $2,827.
Now, what engine would be in this
I
car?
had a 394
394
speed.
speed. Okay.
And I had to spend $50 extra for the special paint.
Now, did your family have like a service center up there? Is that
Dad
what this
ran
is?
a Gulf station,
Yeah, that is really,
and
really neat. Check that
from
out.
46 to 50, and then in 1950, he went to worked with my grandfather at Pierce's Sales and Service. Now, when Dad had the service station, it was Pierce's Super Service.
Okay.
So I called the Comet Super Marauder.
Got you. Okay.
So it.
Yeah, I see it all right here, and then it says Super Service back
Yeah,
there.
and the guy over here in the green tent did all the hand lettering on both those cars. Pardon? Sure.
Well, we're going to get on down
Hey,
the road here, Mr. Pierce.
Was
Thank-
nice to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you for
Have a
showing us
good
your
day.
comment. We'll make sure we get your phone number on the car
Super.
on the way out.
Super.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much. Have a
Yep.
good day.
So I'm standing here with Larry. Larry, how are you?
Good, how are you today?
I'm doing good. What can
Good.
you tell us about your 58 Barn Find Impala that you have here for sale?
58 two-door Bel Air.
Oh, it's a Bel Air. Okay.
Bel Air with all the extra chrome on it. It's a rare piece with power steering, 6-cylinder, and a positive traction rear that they might have ordered it extra at the time.
Now,
Back then it was cheap.
okay. What separates the Impala from the Bel Air?
Well, the chrome.
The
And-
chrome?
And then they have 3 lights in the back. These has 2 tail lights.
Okay, this one only has 2.
Yeah.
So this was the mid-level then,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And in 57,
American Graffiti car.
There
was
you
the
go.
58 had 3 lights.
do you mind if we open the door?
Go ahead, we could open the door, yeah.
You want to step around this way and show, oh, it's still got the cobwebs in it.
So the cobwebs are still in there. Look, on the steering wheel, the windows, everything.
Now, do you know what color this was?
Well, it was originally green
Okay.
and white.
Green and white.
And that's just primer they have in there, brush primer that somebody did.
Now, where was this car sitting at? I know it says Barn Find on the tag up here. We'll go get a phone number for Larry for if you guys are interested. But
75.
how much?
75.
Where was this car?
120.
Where was this car sitting at, Larry?
It was in Aston, PA.
Aston, PA. Okay. I see the Villanova sticker there, down there below there, and there's your phone number right there. And what are you asking for this car?
I'm asking $5,500.
Is it dented up on this side too, or
No.
Okay.
And all the chrome is in the trunk. Oh, I'll go first. The chrome that's missing is in the trunk.
Does it have a trunk in it?
Yes.
Take a look. I just want the audience. Oh wow, it's actually pretty nice back in here. I mean, of course, it's still got all the stuff from sitting in the barn, but it's at least it's holding stuff in the trunk.
Yes.
Awesome, Larry. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you showing us this car. Again, he's asking $5,500 for it. His phone number's on the front. We'll get that for you again right here. Larry, I want to thank you for letting us take a look at it, and I hope we sell it for you.
Thank you very much.
Yep. So I'm standing here with Len, and he has his 1975 Nova Super Sport. And how are you, Len?
Good. How are you doing today?
Doing well, doing well. What can you tell us about this car?
Well, it's got a 383 stroker,
Okay.
matched with a 4-speed Muncie, Hurst shifter,
That's a pretty good setup.
World product heads.
Is it originally a Super Sport car?
It's an original Super Sport car, but it's not the original engine.
Okay.
It had a 262 in it.
And was it originally a green car?
It was originally green, but it was a different shade of green. It's kind of on the inside of the door. There's the original green color.
Gotcha.
But I replaced the carpet and the headliner, and the seats are original. All the interior panels are original.
Oh, even the dome light up here works on
The
it.
dome light still works.
That's pretty good. You
The
got
visors
disco
are in
ball.
good shape. Yep. Tack dash. Interior's a little on the driver's side, but maybe door cards in the future.
Trunk pretty solid in this car.
Trunk's real solid. Has a 20-gallon fuel cell in the trunk. It's got a mini tub.
You're ready to go then, huh?
Yeah, it's a 8.5 10-bolt GM rear with a locker and a 373 gear. Has
You mind if
subframe
we-
connectors on the bottom.
I was going to say, do you mind if we take a peek underneath of it?
Yeah,
real
go
quick?
ahead. Frame's in real good shape.
Oh,
Body
there it
panel's
is.
in real good shape.
Now, Len, what are you asking for this car?
I'm asking $13K for this car.
13,000? Okay. And
It's a total driver, new power steering, new brakes, new alternator, a lot of aftermarket racing stuff on it.
Cool. Len, thank you for so much.
Appreciate it.
You have a good day.
Yeah.
So I'm standing here with Mike, and Mike, how are you?
How you doing, sir?
Doing
very
well.
Good,
and
very good.
This is your 1965 Ford Falcon sedan delivery, is that
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
And I'm familiar with Ford Falcons, but I'm not familiar with the sedan delivery. And what can you tell us a little bit about this car?
This 65 Ford Falcon sedan delivery is one of 433.
Oh, okay.
I've went through the archives and everything else and could not find anything that was associated with all the options this car has. So it has a 289 V8 with a C4 automatic, power steering, power brakes, air conditioning.
Hold on one second. Is that a bullet hole right here?
That's a bullet hole.
That's pretty cool.
I hope it wasn't for me. The air conditioning option is so rare on a sedan delivery because...
Can we open it up?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was listening to you. The air conditioning?
The air conditioning option is so rare because it is a 65 and it's not, and it's a sedan delivery. Sedan deliveries were utility vehicles, not a personal comfort vehicle.
So like a handyman might have had this or something.
Mom and pop groceries, jobbers, plumbers,
Flower shop.
Delivering pies, things like that, and it's quite heavily optioned for the vehicle. Somebody had ordered this because it comes with the side moldings, electric windows on the back,
Gotcha.
and something that kind of a lot of folks don't.
Oh, you're from Kansas.
No, the car is that's a long story.
Oh, okay.
But it has the backup lights as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the car is very heavily optioned. There's really one of one at this point, if you could find one.
Does it still have the 289 in it?
289, all original.
All original.
All original.
Okay.
Everything is, what's on there is what it came with out of the factory.
Well, let's go ahead and walk around back to the front. That way, is your phone number on the card over there?
Yes, there is.
We'll go ahead and get the audience. And what are you asking for this piece?
That was 12,500.
12,500.
Destroyers.
All right. And yep, his phone number is right here. So the car behind me is a 1966 Dodge Cornet, and you actually have seen these cars here for quite some time, and they're always in good condition for a price that's below $15,000. The owner's asking $14,900 for this car, and we'll get his phone number in just a second. But you can kind of see here in the engine bay, there's no rust back there on the firewall. There's no rust on the inside of the aprons in here. The front of this car doesn't look like it was ever hit or anything like that. As far as like the resto mod world goes, this is probably one of the most perfect candidates that you could actually have to just buy an old classic car for about 15 grand, put a modern motor in it, and have something that you could run around in today's world. This car it presents well at the show. It doesn't look like it needs repainted or anything like that. We'll open it up here for you. The seats aren't ripped, the carpet's nice. It is an automatic, something that I'd probably change if I was to resto mod this car. But when you're trying to find cars that you like, a car that you want to take to that next level, that you can drive every day in today's world, this is definitely a car that I would choose, and I think they look pretty good from the outside as well. You can see the owner's phone numbers right here, $14,900. Obviously, they did a basically full restoration. You can see the photos right there as well. So I'm standing here with a Carlisle legend. This gentleman's name is Terry Mummert, and Terry, how are you?
Good.
Now, for those that don't know, Terry actually kind of ran this whole section of Carlisle, still does, for quite some time. So how long have you been coming
47 years to this would be.
47 years, and they're on their 50th anniversary right now. And you had all the spaces that go the whole way
I had
up
13
here.
spaces here at one time when I was in the car business.
And there was a car here yesterday. It's been sold, and I believe it's going to a museum, and we'll have to chase that car down.
Yeah,
won't
we will. Bloomsburg Museum.
Bloomsburg Museum. It was called White Lightning. It's not here today, but what did you bring for us today, Terry?
That's the 66 Fairlane.
Okay.
Highly modified, 427 stroker motor with all the modern features, suspension and brakes and all that stuff.
So it's got a FE block in here.
Right.
Looks like a pretty nice
Yeah,
car.
it's aluminum heads. It's got a special intake manifold. It's a tunnel port made for a wedge head.
Okay.
A very rare Ford manifold, and that makes it special.
And for those at home, Terry was also a friend of my grandfather's, and my grandfather sold a lot of cars here at Carlisle, and Terry was the gentleman that sold the high performance cars.
High performance stuff, and your dad sold Falcons and.
Yep, absolutely. What can we say about the inside of this car? It looks like it's had all reupholstered brand new seats in here.
Everything's brand new seats in it.
Brand new carpet.
It's like a new car. There's
I see that.
probably 35,000 invested. We're only asking 28 for it now. This is a real buy on this car.
This is a real buy on this car,
A
Terry?
motor, I mean, that's probably a $15,000 engine.
Absolutely. I see it's got the fuel cell in the back here.
Right.
Mind if I lift this
Safety
up?
feature.
Mind if I lift this
No,
up?
go ahead.
Show them the inside. Oh, okay. Yeah, no rust on this thing at all, right, Terry?
No.
I mean, it's a overall really nice car. I like how they did the color of the taillights and the bumpers all the same.
That's
makes it
powder
look almost,
coated.
Yeah, it makes it look almost like it's lightweight from back in the day.
Well, if this would be a true 427 Fairlane, it'd be 90,000.
Right.
But it's just as good as one, better probably with all the modern conversions.
And what are you asking for it?
28.
28 right there. And we can find the phone number right there as well. Terry, I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful
Good
rest of
seeing
the show.
you. Yeah, you have a good show.
You too.
Hey, I want to tell you a story about your granddad.
Yeah.
His granddad and I were very, very good friends, and he came here probably 47 years along with me. And one of the best stories ever, he brought a 64 Falcon two-door sedan, a very nice car. And the meet started to go on and on. He didn't sell it, and I kept teasing him about it. So he said, I'm going to get rid of it one way or the other. So I went back up a couple hours later, and the door was missing. And I said, what's going on? He said, I'm parting her out right now. And he ended up selling more parts off of it than what he was asking for the car, and still had the shell left to take home. So that's one of my favorite stories.
I've heard a lot of stories. And I've
Yeah.
had the pleasure of being here with my grandpa while he was
that's
alive.
great. He came to the last days of his life.
Yeah. Well, Terry, I want to thank you so much.
Good luck.
And you take care.
Yeah, you be like your granddad.
One of the cars that stopped us here in our tracks is this 1967 Lincoln Continental, and the reason being is this black paint job on this car is absolutely perfect, as well as the interior. You know, this oxblood interior color. I'm not sure a lot about these vehicles. I haven't really dived deep on a 67. However, I do know that the prices of these cars are on the rise, especially if they've been resto modded. We can see the owner's asking $64,900 for this car. However, if you've been up to date on the auctions lately, they have taken these cars and put modern engines inside them, modernized everything, and we have seen results on the auction stage of $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 for this car, and I completely understand. I mean, these things are beautiful, they're big, You can take them out on a summer's day, put the whole family inside. What do you guys think? Are you guys fans of Lincoln Continentals? Let us know in the comments below. So I'm standing next to James with Classic Car Cafe. And James, how are you?
Great, Parker.
I'm doing
Awesome.
well.
Nice to see you.
What cars did you bring here for sale? Looks like we have some sort of street rod and an OBS truck, huh?
Yep, we do. This is what we got here.
Okay.
I gotta admit, my inventory's a little down. It was a busy 2 months, and I'm happy about that.
Well, that's good.
Not that these aren't great cars.
Well, first of all, we should start out by saying that this is not a steel body car,
This is
correct?
not. No, it's
This
a
is
Minotti fiberglass body, and the car was built in the 90s.
Okay, and Minotti, I'm not familiar with that one. Right here is how it's
Minotti.
spelled.
Yep. If you
And-
Google it, you'll find many cars out there with that body, and I think it's a great body.
There's nothing wrong with that. There was probably 20, 30 different companies that made these kinds back in the day. I'm familiar with a company called Street Beast, and this one looks like a
Sure.
pretty nice car. What kind of power plant are we running in this one?
It's the 350 Chevy. It was
350
a
Chevy,
crate
okay.
motor. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think it was built in '95. This car.
95.
So the paint's almost 30 years old. The body's almost 30 years old, and there's no cracks. There's no bubbles, and the paint really held up nice.
This
So-
almost looks like something that Boyd would have maybe made back in the day. With
Right.
with the wheels that are on it, if we could show the wheels down here.
Yep.
You know, and looks like just overall a really nice car. Do you mind if we open it up?
Yeah, we could open it up, sure. So, there's amazing street rods out there right now, and you see some crazy numbers. But this car, like I said, was done 30 years ago, so it's a little bit old school, you could say.
Oh yeah, those look like maybe Corvette seats or something.
Yep, bucket seats, and kind of the way the cars were done back then.
Absolutely.
Still
a nice
amazing
driver.
going on 30 years when you say 1995. It's hard to believe, right?
Absolutely.
But anyway, so it's got some good stuff. 350 turbo with a Ford 8-inch rear.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I love the color of the car. What about the OBS truck over here?
Yeah, well, check out the truck. So
I'm familiar with these. We trade in these down my way.
Right? Yeah, you had mentioned that you've had some.
Yeah, this looks like it has really nice paint on this car. I like the paint with the color combination and the pinstripe down the side.
It's all original paint. It's the original, paint in the bed under the mat, which is kind of cool. Maybe we could
Yeah, we
open
can lift
that
it up for sure.
Just
Oh wow.
all painted.
They never even
still,
used
and-
this truck at all.
No, other than having the mat in here. So rust-free truck,
Obviously it was garage kept for
garage
sure.
capped.
What are the
yeah,
miles on this?
59,000.
59,000. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
So trucks are getting popular.
Oh,
and
especially these.
And certainly short bed trucks are very desirable.
Yep.
This is a long bed, but if somebody wants to use it a bit, it's also nice to have a long bed.
You mind if we pull the windows open?
Yeah.
I don't know
they'll
about
pop
you,
it
but I
open.
love that color interior.
It's
You don't see anything made now with that kind of color interior.
it's kind of funny because if we walked 20 feet behind, my flatbed's an '89
Yeah.
Chevy with the same color interior.
Okay.
Yep, I mean we could open the door. It's a little misty here with
Look how clean.
with
just
the damp
stickers
weather.
are. Oops.
Sorry about that.
I was showing them the stickers on the door, James, just how clean it is, this car. Really nice.
All original stickers, original interior, factory. Probably could get a good shot underneath this truck if you wanted, because it's totally rust-free.
Well, I know you have the paper in your hand here, or is it on the front of the car?
There's one on the car. Yep, there's one.
right here's
for the-
one.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead
take
and
that
show
one.
here that it is a 95 Silverado. There's all the features, 5.0, 15,900. It says it's amazing underneath, and you're more than welcome to give James a call there at the number listed. James?
15 buys it.
Oh, 15 will buy it?
Yep,
15 will buy it. There you guys go, the show special. Thanks, James.
Awesome. Thanks, Parker.
So I got my buddy Walter here, and we met Walter at Spring Carlisle. He had a Chevelle here for sale. You were able to sell that
Yep,
car, right?
that's sold, yes.
Yep. And what did you bring for us this time?
I brought you a 69 442 Oldsmobile.
Awesome. And you said that this was a real 442,
Yes,
right?
it is, yes.
And Walter, how can we tell it's a real 442?
If you go over and check the VIN you'll be able to identify it, 3447779 M266.
Okay, and what
81,
engine
yeah.
would this have had in it?
This originally had a 400 in it. that it was born with.
Is this the matching numbers?
It's not the original motor. It's a 455 in it now.
It looks really nice. I mean, it has a nice gold color on there with
Yes.
with the chrome valve covers, and I see that you went with the red inner fender wells.
Yeah, they would be like W30 package, that what it came with,
Yep.
or even the Hurst package.
I think they're so cool.
They are cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the previous owner before me put them in.
And it looks like everything on this car has been replaced. Headlights, grille, everything
Yes,
like that.
this is a frame off restoration.
What does the inside of this car look like?
It's perfect. it's really clean.
Oh, and it's a 4-speed too.
And it's a 4-speed car, yes.
Yeah.
Original bench seat 4-speed car.
Yeah, I like the color on this car. You don't really see orange 442s
Right.
very often.
The original color is yellow, but like I said, the previous owner, he loved this color and it's what he put on it.
Now, would this wing have been on a 442?
That would have
or
been an option, yes.
An option,
Yeah.
okay. I'm not 100% familiar with
And
these
I'm
cars.
pretty sure that could have been a dealer option that they would have put them on at the dealerships, just like Pontiacs had them, yeah.
And I think that the 2 in the 442 stands for dual exhaust down here.
I believe it is, yeah. Yeah, 400.
I've heard people say
4-speed
it
dual
stands for-
exhaust. There's so many different
so many
versions of it.
different- yeah.
Your purists they'll correct us.
They'll know. But yeah, no, we see a lot of cars here at Carlisle, and this one just kind of definitely stands out. I like how you got the fuzzy dice on the inside.
Yeah,
Nice-
just old school, yeah.
Nice little touch. And if you guys are interested in this car, he's asking $39,000 for it, and his phone number's right there. You can see Olds 442, 4-speed M21 transmission, all of the information. Walter, thank you so much for bringing
Thank you,
it out
sir.
for us. Yep.
Thank you.
So I had to stop here and take a look at this 1966 Chevelle. Of course, in my opinion, the 66s are a little cooler than the 67s. They're a little bit less wide, a little bit sleeker body down the back. This, however, is not a super sport car. It's just a small block car. Looks like it has the 327 down here under the hood. Everything under here looks sanitary correct, has the right manifolds, valve covers, air filter, air cleaner, everything looks good here. They're asking $18,500 for this car, which I think is actually a great buy. Looks like it originally was blue. We'll take a look on the inside. I did have a chance to speak to the owner, and he said that the interior is brand new. It's been recovered. Doesn't look like it's too hateful in here. That dash isn't all cracked up. It does need a headliner, you know, $100, and that's not a problem. But I mean, there's no rust on this car. The body work on this car looks like it's already been done. You could probably just take a few hours, sand it down, and spray it if you'd really want to. But back here in the trunk tells me that this car is actually pretty solid. You know, we do have a little surface rust from where the mat sat in here, but you know, I'm not putting my fist through any holes back here or anything like that. Probably has just a 10-bolt rear. Yep, so originally probably was just a small block car. We didn't run the numbers on this one or anything. We're just stopping by and saying hello. You can see the Malibu logo right there. But what do you guys think? Do you think $18,500 or best offer for this car, for this 1966 Chevelle Malibu, is a good deal? His phone number is right there. The last car we're going to take a look at here at Fall Carlisle 2024 is this 1953 Chevrolet Handyman wagon. And I do personally believe that it is one of the best looking barn finds here of the show. We can see that it has an inline 6, and everything down inside here looks to be original, correct, and sanitary the way that it would have looked in 1953. We'll take you a walk down the side of this car, and we see here that it's called a Handyman wagon. But why is it called that? Well, if we come to the back side of this car, you can see that the back of this car was built for utility. You can put down that seat there, you can throw lumber in the back, you can throw weed eating equipment, anything you would want in here during the middle of the week for your job, but then you could also take the kids to church on Sunday as well. The seats look fairly nice. There are 2 pieces of tape here and there, but it does look correct for the rest of the car. This car does only reach 55 miles an hour at its top speed. I spoke with the owner. They've redone the master cylinder, they've redone the brakes on this car, so it is able to stop perfectly fine. It has had a new windshield replaced in the front. But if you guys are interested in this beautiful vehicle, you're more than welcome to give Jim a call for $12,500 right there. Well guys, that's all we have here for our show at Carlisle Fall 2024. If you found value in this video, please give us a like or a subscribe to the channel. Again, my name is Parker with Backyard Barn Finds, and have a great day.